The Mid-Sodor Railway, Season 4, Episode 14. Smudger's Missing Parts. Smudger was getting old. It was 1939, and his age was beginning to catch up with him. His old parts had not been replaced for a long time. This was because he didn't have many crashes after the railway was rebuilt, so he never really crashed after its rebuild, which meant he didn't need new parts. He wasn't given new parts, and they were beginning to get worn out. He was not as good as a runner as he used to be, and these supply train which he pulled daily didn't even help him. It made things worse. "Oh dear," said Smudger, "I can't carry on with my jobs with the supply train being this heavy now," said Smudger. "Well, you have had a good service on this railway," said his driver. "It might be time for you to retire." No, said Smudger. "I don't know what the railway would do without me. Plus, they need as many engines as they can have." "If you say so. Plus, Dukes is in his 50s and he's still running." Good point, said his driver. "Actually, he is in his 60s. He's 60 years old, if I'm correct." "No, Smudger, he's 59. "Well, that's still old. I'm not even that old, and I'm struggling more than him." "Well, he has got many new parts over the years, which are allowing him to have a smooth ride as he has now. Either way, I've not been given any new parts." "I need new parts now," said Smudger. "I can't carry on like this." "Oh well, Smudger, just try not to crash. You don't want to have a punishment like Stanley." "Oh, I suppose you're right. However, I think you need a rest here." But I'm pulling a supply train," said Smudger. "Just because you're pulling a supply train does not mean you can't stop for rests." "Okay, driver," said Smudger. His driver got out the cab and went into the ticket stand to tell the guards and all the workers in there that Smudger needed to be off for the day. That night, the workmen pushed Smudger into the sheds. He was beginning to get so old he could no longer run. "Oh, Smudger," said Falcon, "you can't keep on running when you're this broken down. At least Grandpa gets parts at least like once every couple years." "Yes, how true, and I haven't gotten parts in over a decade," said Smudger. "Quite right," said Jordan Edwards. I ordered you many parts a couple of weeks back, and they should be arriving tomorrow. Or tonight." "Oh, that would be nice, sir," said Smudger. "You'll begin your rebuilds tomorrow. I'll send Jason to go and pull your train, as he's still not very experienced with trucks. He's more of a shunter than anything." "Yes, I understand, sir," said Smudger. "So, I'm going to have Duke also helping him. So, Falcon, you will have to do Duke's jobs while he's helping Jason." "Okay, sir," said Falcon. "Anyways, hopefully we can begin work on you tonight or tomorrow, Smudger," said Jordan Edwards. "I cannot order all the parts that are needed, so at least have you be a smooth runner again. I can only really order some of the parts, as how the railway has not got enough money to order the main parts that are needed for you, but at least we have got some new parts for you," said Jordan Edwards. "At least," said Smudger. And Jordan Edwards walked away, as well as the two engines going to sleep. However, when the parts arrived by lorry, Stanley talked to the workman that was unloading them. Yes, said the workman. I need some of those parts. We can't let Smudger get rebuilt. He's a very rude engine who would derail all the time. We see, said the workman. He deserves to be put to scrap. We see, said the workman. We'll give you some of the parts. Good, good, said Smudger, said Stanley. And the workmen got to it. They thought Stanley was telling the truth. And they did not like giving parts to engines that always would misbehave. In the morning, Smudger woke up to having new parts put onto him. Ah, this is nice, said Smudger. Yes, it is, said Falcon. When? No, I will not give the parts back. He was a reckless engine that deserves to be scrapped. Oh, Stanley, said Smudger. If he only got the fate he wanted, said Falcon. I'm perfectly okay with him saying that I should be scrapped, said Smudger. We are enemies after all. I guess you are. I don't mind if he thinks I should be scrapped. I'm beginning to think the same thing because I can't get fully repaired. Don't think that, said Falcon. If you say so, said Smudger. Jordan Edwards and Stanley were fighting. We need that splasher and those cylinders for Smudger. Well, I'm not gonna give you them, said Stanley, as he kept on hissing steam out from his funnel at Jordan Edwards. If you don't give us those parts, how about we cut you down to size, make you a small cube, and then put you on the rails, well, on the sleepers, and then you can just see engines rolling on the rails for the rest of your days. That won't stop. That won't let me give you. That does not mean I'll give you those parts, even if you do that, said Stanley. All right then. Then we will make your pumping engine state even worse. Oh no, said Stanley. You better decide fast, said Jordan Edwards. Take the parts, said Stanley. Well, thank you, Stanley. You're welcome, said Stanley. He could not bear the thought on having his pumping engine state become worse. The parts were soon fitted on, and it was night time by the time they were fitted on. But Smudger was happy, even if the new parts wasn't fully done. Even though I didn't get new wheels, which are what I really needed, said Smudger, at least I got some new cylinders, some splashers, and some more parts. I agree, said Stuart. I can get back to work tomorrow. However, Stanley, do you have something to say? Said Falcon. I'm sorry, Smudger, said Stanley. I just was not a fan of you when you were also the number 2. I have came to realise that there can be more than one number 2. Even if it's on the same railway, it doesn't matter that much as long as we're in service, doing what we're best at, said Stanley. There we go. And I'm sorry for calling you a useless piece of scrap. You don't deserve to be scrapped. You're really useful, like how I'm useful as a pumping engine, said Stanley. Uh-huh, said Smudger. We'll be back to work tomorrow, said Smudger. We better to get some sleep. Agreed, said Stuart. And and Stuart, Falcon and Stanley went to sleep. They had a long day ahead of them.